Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Beer and Pretzels Gaming with the third installment out of another bug hunt by Tuesday Night Games entitled Mothership. Last time, our intrepid crew ventured through the bowels of the Heron terraforming lab and discovered the secrets there within, and now they are traipsing up a mountain towards a signal of a android that they're looking for and seeing a strange shape among the rocks. It'll take you guys about an hour or so to get the rest of the way up to that ship that shape you can see up in the mountains.
Which could be a ship.
Which could be a ship.
That mother
Guys,
shape.
it's just a cool rock. It's fine.
And that's where the signal for the android that you're looking for is currently coming from. So
Yeah, I can dig it.
it'll be about an hour of hard travel to get up there. And the doctor gets out of the APC with you guys as you exit.
I hop out with my broken rib.
I'll take point.
Thanks, Clay.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor, she's far smaller than you, but she still does kind of like try to offer you some
I
kind
appreciate it, Doc, but I'll be all right.
All right, if you're sure.
I've taken 2 bullets to the chest before.
Okay. And you all begin trudging up this mountain. The trees kind of give way to a more barren, like, mountaintop. It's not very high relatively. The peaks are you're pretty close to the peaks in that hour trip that you guys. It's not like, and it's not harsh climbing. There's kind of like, you're just kind of hiking up untrodden paths up towards this. Every now and then, out in the distance, you hear chittering or skittering of any number of creatures.
Have we seen anything else out here other than the weird crab things that we fought on the way to the second base? Not fought, but that came at us on our way to the second base.
You've heard a lot of noises.
And don't really know what it is, type of thing.
You can't tell exactly what it is, but more than likely, you haven't heard much wildlife outside of those.
Clay, I have a quick question for you.
What's up, man?
Is there any way you could, like, tell the APC to blast music if we need to?
You maybe could wire something up with like a personal data pad or something like that.
I could probably provide the personal data pad.
This would probably be more.
Yeah, I think if you
hack
could do that before we actually head up to the peak.
Sure.
They seem to be distracted by music.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get swarmed by them, maybe we could just play that and they swarm the APC. I mean, getting out of here is going to be a real problem then, but at least we're alive.
Yeah, as we do that, I'm spray painting like a hiking trail almost, and as I'm like on point, I'm just spray painting little markers for us to hike back optimistically.
Hey, Doc, do you have a communication device?
Yes, I do have a communicator.
Can I see that, please? Thank you. And I'm going to hack this into the APC so I can send a signal from my comms to tell it to start blasting music if we need to.
Okay.
I don't know if I succeed. Because that's an intellect hacking.
Intellect hacking, yes.
Which I have, which is plus 15, right?
Yes.
So that's 62. Damn, I failed. 65.
So you feel that given maybe another 45-ish minutes to an hour, you can get it working, but it'll take time.
Guys, this shit's way harder than I originally thought it was. How much do we want this?
The security in the APC is more than you expected it to be.
I mean, it was just an idea I had.
I mean, honestly, a pretty good one, because if they come for us...
Do we want to wait another hour before heading up there?
I don't know, Doc.
Well, the storm's also going to get worse too. The longer we wait.
Doc, you got any ideas? You think this is worth it, or you think we just head right up?
It is. It has been seen. Loud noises have been seen to distract them. That it's been working for the soldiers.
So it can just be noises and not like music?
Just cacophony generally, I suppose.
Is there a panic button on the keys?
Is there a panic button on the
Panic button.
Roll me a d10 and tell me what you get.
A 1.
Yes, there's a panic button on the keys.
I'm sorry, Harold. I thought it was music. That was on me, man. Brother,
I understand
I'm
how-
He
sorry.
hits the lock button twice, like.
I
more like a
understand why you thought that. If I'm being honest,
I'm feeling really lightheaded.
I believe it. Let's get up.
I've lost a lot of blood. I'm
All right, I just
sorry.
hit the honk button, guys. Let's fucking boogie.
Yeah, we gotta schmove.
And you begin hiking up this mountain, you do kind of leave a like brightly colored trail as you like traverse up this craggy mountaintop. Approaching this large like outcropping or like oddly shaped outcropping about an hour later, you come up towards what you could guess is the rear end, the back of this large ship. You can't deny it anymore at this point. What you are looking at is 4 thrusters, large cavernous things that look like they haven't seen any heat in a very long time. It's kind of hard to tell exactly how long. But they seem to go further into the bowels of this ship. And can everybody give me intellect, I'd say?
Can I make an intellect piloting check?
Sure.
I pass.
Success.
Intellect piloting, there probably is a way to get into the ship from inside of the thrusters, but there also probably is an actual entrance somewhere on this ship.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else passed the intellect? You did? You see along the back of the ship a shimmer. It's kind of farther back, like you can barely make it out from where you're looking, but there's like this shimmer coming off part of the ship. And that's pretty much what you're able to get. So
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I point out this shimmer.
Huh.
when he points it out, give me another intellect piloting check.
7. A success.
That is, it may look like heat at first, but that is unmistakably atmosphere escaping a, pressurized system inside of a ship.
Interesting.
So to get there, you'll have to climb up onto the hull of the ship somehow.
If nothing else, we do gotta tear that.
And then,
So this can't fucking take off without taking some with them.
but then also, like I said, it looks like you think you could probably get
I let
into the
them
ship
know
through
that.
the thrusters.
I let them know about the thruster entrance. There's probably a way in through there.
I really like the idea of wherever that atmosphere is escaping from.
That's a hell of a climb.
Um,
You got that, Harold?
I might legitimately, actually.
I don't think I do.
And we do have a hurt person. All right, let's get.
What do you mean? You trying to say I can't climb?
I'm
I
trying
I
to
can
say
probably
I
climb
can't
better than
climb.
everybody.
I'm trying to say you probably can, but the concern is you tearing open some wounds.
They're there.
So let's.
They're
Let's
there.
just try the turbine or
Yeah.
the thruster, whatever.
I mean, that sounds the most logical to me. Is go through the thruster. If that's what we can do. Then
As you head up closer, you see, as you're like kind of approaching the edge of this thruster, you see down at the bottom a dead cark, one of these dead bug things, and a dead marine. That looks like they were fighting one another.
Can I give you intellect military training and try and figure out how this Marine actually killed this thing? Because it's a dead Kark, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. You can give me intellect military training, and you can give me intellect chemistry.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I killed it.
Just barely
Pass.
succeeded.
Bullets.
16, so I got a
As
roll
you
going.
look at the, do you have a med scanner?
I have a med kit.
But
I'm like,
either way, as
Yeah.
you're kind of looking at the edge, you like take a sample of the outer like edge of one of these bullet holes, and you do some quick like analysis on it with whatever equipment you have.
Test its like base acidity or alkalineness.
You realize that the bullet holes are covered in a drug. Doxorubicin. It is a historical chemotherapy treatment.
Huh. Interesting.
It looks like that may have been what caused these bullets to be able to penetrate the Kark's armor.
May
Would
recommend.
that cure us?
No, I
It'll
wouldn't.
probably kill us.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a cure.
the
You're right.
But I see if this Marine has any weapons on him, any ammo of that left, and if we can use it with any of our weapons, because if he's able to kill it with that,
No ammo, weapons, armor, anything
Balls!
left on the body, except for the dog tags. Corporal Kadir.
I'll take those.
it's a shame. If we knew what the formula was to make this, or if I had access to a medical lab, maybe I could synthesize this.
Hey, Doc.
I could have done it if we had time. But we all
Did you help make these bullets?
I did, yes.
Didn't think that was pertinent information for us to know.
Company secrets.
Company secrets?
Company,
Did you hit
company
us?
private information. I can't give you.
We're all about to die.
everything.
We're all about to die. Company secrets.
This was before. You guys ran me out of there. I didn't have a chance to go down to the lab at your recommendation.
Look,
If I had a chance, I could have explained better.
look at me in the eyes and tell me I'm not a hired goon.
You are a hired goon.
Exactly. I had nothing to do with this.
Can I scan through all the information I copied over between the computer and her little data disk in the frozen room with all the bodies and see if there's anything about a formula for these?
There is.
Again, not that there's necessarily time to do it or that I would understand the chemical breakdown, but we have that formula if needed.
Yes, there is, and it would require a lab in several hours.
Which with this storm we don't have anyway. Like,
Speaking of the storm, it is pouring rain the entire time you guys have been
It's
climbing
miserable.
up this. You're caked in mud, but overall you're able to kind of trudge your way up here within the hour. And now you see this large cone going deep, almost you can't see the back end of it right now. It's just this deep echoing maw.
Well, at least
in
we're
front
not
of you.
getting rained on anymore, right?
As you kind of step inside, it's clearly metal that you kind of step your boots down onto. As you walk deeper and deeper into this thruster on the back of this strangely shaped spaceship. Heading in deeper, the main thrusters go further and further into this small circular like entrance that you can all kind of, you have to like crawl through a little bit, but it gets you into the ship proper. So the climbing through, you all kind of drop down maybe like 4 feet and squish down onto these strange vines. It is pitch black in here, other than whatever lights you guys have on your you guys all have flashlights of some capacity, whether they be on your guns or on your hazmat suits or the like.
Can I keep a atmosphere check going on my data pad while we're in? If we saw atmosphere and whatever escaping, it could be. We should be careful.
Now, is the android supposed to be here?
The signal is pointing you deeper into the ship.
Okay, right.
It is now becoming more accurate as you're getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a map of the ship, obviously.
Yeah, but through that we can kind of
see he is ahead. Looks like you got to figure a way deeper into the ship.
Mm-hmm. Harold, is there any way you could like ping him or something?
I mean, I can give it a shot. If we're getting signal, there's some semblance of power. Now, whether or not he's in emergency power and whatever, I can. Let me see. Is there a way I can try to, with all of the data that we got, find a way to, like, try to send him a message of some sort?
You would have to open communications.
Which we were told not to do. We were very, very deliberately told not to do.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have a way to send him
Sure,
a
that makes
text
perfect
message.
sense.
You would have to open communications.
Nope. Great.
We can't hear whatever's on the other side of that. So
We very specifically closed out communications. Doc, are you a botanist?
No, I'm a
Doc, are you a botanist?
I mean, zoologist. Honestly, field
Okay,
medicine.
we're not going to know anything about these vines then.
Pointing your flashlights around, however, you see that there's a lot more to this room than vines. There is a massive pillar in the center of this room that leads up to a 4-meter wide sphere that is floating in the center of this room.
That sounds fun.
All of the vines cover pretty much every inch of this room as you look around through it. And there is a large ring at the top and bottom of this of these pillar that is centered around the sphere.
Well, that doesn't look like human biology.
That's definitely a
Doc?
I haven't seen something like that before.
No, this doctor.
Yeah.
My bad. There's so many. There's two
Yeah,
doctors.
doctor.
So many doctors.
Doctor.
She goes, I didn't know this was here. I've never seen anything like this. My xenobiology mostly has to do with plant lives and microbes.
So we're saying that's not tied to the vines.
I have no idea.
Right.
Are there any weird carvings or anything on any of the pillars or the orb or the rings?
So as you're getting closer, you see along the outside of the pedestal are 8 smaller pedestals with buttons on top of them.
Ooh, buttons.
I don't feel comfortable with you pressing buttons just yet, Harold.
I'm with you. I'm not pushing them, but what I'm trying to see is there any like type of like
No,
okay.
no real
carvings or anything like that.
No real discernible language on any of those.
Is this ahead? Is this where Hinton is?
No.
No.
This is not where Hinton is.
He's
Hinton
further?
is further into the ship.
Well, further ahead, yes. So
You
we
know,
have to
further
figure this out to potentially get deeper.
If we all take
do?
2 of them,
We
we need 4 of us to hit all the buttons at the same time. Just saying.
I'm gonna vote we don't do that yet.
These vine-like structures also are, like I said, cover all of the walls and everything. Maybe you could, like, there's a potential you could climb somewhere using them as a handholds. But
Can I ask a stupid question?
sure.
Like such a dumb question. I don't even know why I'm asking it. Does it look like these vines could carry something similar to like electricity, or do they look strictly 100% organic?
So you're getting closer and looking at them?
Yeah, because we already stepped down onto
yeah.
them, right? Yeah.
Yes. So as you get closer, you're kind of up towards the pedestal where that orb is.
Not touching any buttons, to be
yep.
clear.
Not touching anything.
I'm looking at the buttons.
You see what you initially thought were vines are actually pulsating veins.
Oh.
Like they're carrying biological material of some description throughout this ship. They are not currently pulsating very fast,
Almost like it's something on a life support mode.
but they are pulsating.
This is not good news.
I wonder if the ship is alive.
This could be how they keep,
Shut the hell up.
you know, in
shut the hell up
stasis
right now.
alive.
You two are, what are you guys looking at, I suppose, while he's inspecting?
I'm at the buttons.
Okay.
I'm having a look-see around. I'm a pilot.
Mhm.
You know, I'm good with equipment, but this is obviously, something else.
It doesn't look
C-
navigational.
No, but can I sort of just like, what purpose does this orb serve for the ship? I'm getting that it's, something alive.
Do you want to roll me an intellect mechanics or something?
I can do industrial equipment.
Sure. Give me intellect industrial equipment.
That's a success.
You know enough
Mhm.
to understand
Mhm.
that you have absolutely no human concept of what this could possibly be used for in any capacity.
Mhm.
Its scale is kind of improbable. How it's sitting doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there's gravity in this chamber, but that gigantic, for as far as you can tell, stone of some kind, orb is levitating in the middle of this pedestal with nothing connecting it to anything. Gain a stress as you
You analyze it too well.
as you think about the repercussions of not understanding anything of what this device could possibly be.
One more quick question. You said the vines were kind of like running through a lot of stuff. Is it running through the rings and the pillars and just not the orb, or?
Pretty much covering everything except the orb, which
Okay.
is levitating in the middle.
I want to be scanning the outside to see if there's
Mhm.
anything, because, like, of course, there's the big thing in the middle that
Mhm.
everybody walked towards. So I want to be scanning the outside to make sure, one, no crabs just kind of creep up on us. There's nothing else here, and we didn't miss any other, like, things in the room. So I'm just, like, with my flashlight, kind of just sweeping, doing my guard stuff.
Your tactical genius knows no bounds.
Of course. Of course.
As you're scanning the outside wall over to one side, you don't see any doors at your level.
Okay.
Any ways to get further into the ship at your level. However, what you do see is a collection of handholds leading up to a hatch that looks like it could get you further into the ship.
Okay. Are we done with the
Well,
orb?
see, Clay,
You should be.
my thought process is this is a Beridian sphere. And as you know, that could be the reason for its shape and size.
You don't want to know.
What does that? Dr. Edom is like, what is that?
It's something I read in science fiction. I mean, it's feasible, you know.
If you're all done pondering your orb,
Can
I found a way out of here.
I do one more quick intellect check?
Sure.
Does this look like something that could be some semblance of a Dyson sphere-esque energy source?
Give me an intellect check.
Never give up.
Absolutely not.
You have
No
no
clue.
idea. Gain a stress because you failed the check.
Absolutely.
Good news is, if you had passed that, I would have said, Jeff Spiel once again, gain a stress.
So either way.
So I am almost more blessed right now.
You don't understand what it does.
All right, let's get out of here.
So these handholds are kind of spread out in an awkward way for
For a human?
a human.
Yeah.
They're like a little too far at one point and a little too close together at another, but you're able to kind of situate yourselves up there without having to make a roll to this hatch that kind of has a lever on it that you can pull and it swings open. Heading further on, you get to this large open space. Almost improbably large, and there is a canyon in front of you that you can't see the bottom of due to a thick fog that's at the bottom of it.
Oh, that's not Yeah, we don't.
Over to one side is a polyp that looks like an open maw.
Huh.
And that's pretty much all you guys could... The walls are covered in these veins still. And that's pretty much all you guys can see in this...
Doc, you're a xenobiologist. That definitely looks biological, and it doesn't look human.
Now we're gonna have to cut a little corporate red tape here, and we're gonna need a little.
Yeah, we're gonna need a
information.
little bit about what the hell that thing is.
If you have any information, that would be very
Anything
helpful.
will do.
Everybody here's trying to do their thing. We just start asking you to contribute
We're all on
to
the
the
same team here.
If I take my scalpel and try to cut this vine,
Don't
Well-
piss it off.
will I die?
I wouldn't.
Okay, this is the theoretical. I like it.
They look like they may be under pressure.
Oh, yeah. That'd be bad. Shoot. out.
And as for what this thing is, she goes over and is like... Kind of steps...
Well, Doc, it was nice knowing you.
That would be so funny.
It would be hilarious.
You see, she's just kind of like inspecting it closely. She's like, it has a large amount of these veins running from it and down into the trench. Perhaps it's some way to interact with the ship. It's like some kind of biological mechanism.
Hey, howdy there,
No,
pilot.
come on,
Yeah.
please. She's the one.
Why don't you go up and put your hand in that thing?
I gotta put my hand in it.
I wouldn't.
Okay, good.
Well, do we have like a metal like pole or something we can poke it with?
I don't want it.
Uh,
Because then we wake up the ship, you know?
I don't know if the ship can be woken up
Can we-
in a meaningful way.
Can we track this goddamn other android, please? Maybe he's got some data.
it looks like he's on the other side of this.
No.
Not directly, but
But like
the way
pilot.
forward.
he's going that way.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Is there any,
Pilot, my pilot.
So what do you think? I gotta go down in the chasm or I gotta go in the mouth?
Maybe I don't. It looks like it needs some kind of. It's not. It doesn't look active. It looks like it may need some kind of power.
But it's alive.
So the power is
We gotta
from
feed
the
it.
orb thing, right?
What if we put
I don't want to say for sure. That orb is not biological. I can
What
tell
if
you
we
that.
put the orb in its mouth?
I think it's
The
a bad,
orb is
bad idea.
like
Bad idea?
like 4 yards across. It is
We roll it.
colossal.
but it's too big for the mouth, correct? Of the,
Yes. The mouth looks about like
Is it like
it's probably about 3 feet wide,
Too big.
large enough to
We put it in the chasm.
large enough to put your head in? Maybe I don't know.
large enough to possibly put something like that in. Yeah.
How wide were these claws?
What?
How wide were these claws?
Claws?
No, didn't they have like the crab claw things?
No.
It's teeth.
It's the thing.
No, the thing has teeth. The aliens we fought,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're crab.
the crab
They're like-
claws. How wide are the crab claws?
They're
About
probably about. They're like maybe it varies a lot. They've all been
Sure.
very wild, but like
Does it look
6
like one of
inches?
those? Okay, so yes, way smaller than what the giant 3-foot gap in this thing is. Is there anything loose on the ground that we can pick up?
roll me a D100.
23.
Yeah, I'll say that there's like a piece of metal or something over to one side that you can kind of.
I don't know if we should see how truly deep this chasm is, or if we should then poke the weird thing that might interact with the ship.
Well, I mean, if we gotta send Clay into the thing that's gonna like work with the ship, then we should probably check that out so we don't send Clay to his impending doom.
I give Clay the piece of metal I found and said, "You can poke it with that."
All right. Who says mouth? Who says canyon?
I mean, mouth is the thing that can interact
Well-
with the ship to hopefully get us across the canyon.
Poke the mouth, and if nothing happens, then canyon.
Okay.
You know, logic.
Poke its mouth.
You poke it, it doesn't move or anything. It just kind of wiggles.
I'm not fast. I'm decently fast.
Is it worth sticking a non-fully biological
Dr. Edom says there was that corpse outside if we want to try biological
Oh,
matter.
that's a good idea. Yeah. So we don't have to risk your arm. Why don't you throw that?
We could even try the bug.
All right, we'll try something. Maybe we gotta feed it. Maybe it's hungry.
All right, well, let's go get those bodies then.
We'll throw the metal into the canyon, see if we can hear it. Like, toss it off the edge.
Oh, sure.
Well, hold on. The veins and stuff go down into the canyon.
There's an extra group of, there are veins everywhere. They do go down into the canyon, but there's like an extra group of veins specifically coming from this polyp down into the canyon.
Maybe we hold off on potentially agitating something. Sorry, I know that was originally partially my idea, and I apologize for it.
No, I think the original idea is the best.
Agitate me. All right.
Let's grab one of the crab corpse, bring it back in here, and do some experimentation.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, we should grab both of them.
I'm gonna sit here and poke around at stuff.
I'll go.
I have a broken rib.
I'll go with Clay to grab the human, and you can grab the core, whatever.
We go grabbing at body parts.
So it takes a couple minutes for you guys to head. You have to like crawl and then climb up to get back into like the hole that you guys came through and back out. But you're able to, without any real difficulty, go back out. And are you going to collect the marine and the cark that were out there?
I think having both of them will be helpful.
You grab the cark. I'm grabbing the guy.
Okay.
Because I'm already infected. I don't want more of the gunk, and you're an uninfectable.
I don't think that's true.
Come on. You're not gonna get turned into a crab, Harold.
I have biological parts, just not as many. As
But
I
they're
put the cark on my back.
But they're synthetic. They're not real.
I'm just
Are you a cyborg, not an android?
no a little comment. What is truly the difference between a cyborg and an android?
A clear, definable difference.
I think old movies like The Terminator versus I can't say that. Never mind. I go back into the ship.
A clear, definable difference.
So you guys head back in and drag these bodies back. What are you two doing while they're out there?
Scanning, sweeping.
Yep.
I just chat the duck up about, maybe what she might know about the carks, and if there any other information she's not being truthful with us with.
So she when it's like just you two, she kind of like, and even though she kind of does start explaining a little bit more. She says originally they were sent out here just for the terraforming mission, and then they discovered this ship and the carks, and then they began researching the carks, and then the carks started attacking, and so on and so forth. They don't have a whole lot of detailed information about their history or what precisely they are, but they reproduce through sound and by infecting hosts through the audio that they transmit.
It's very scary. How do we combat the transmission? Is it just earplugs?
Yeah,
or?
just don't hear it.
Yeah.
Hope you're lucky, and hopefully we can develop some kind of cure for this. But that's.
I mean, that's gonna be rough. I mean, we don't even have a basic understanding of how it's transmitted through sound. Like, you'd have to investigate that first in order to understand how to counter it. And
yes, you'd understand, Doctor.
Yeah.
And as you guys are kind of saying that, and you're scanning around, nothing really in particular in this room other than those things, and the veins all over the walls. You guys are back dragging these corpses.
I really want to cut one of these things, but I know it's a bad idea. One of these veins.
Just a little internal bleeding. I won't notice.
So, do you want to start with the cark first and shove its claw in there and see what happens?
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it. See what happens.
I take the cark's claw and I shove it in there.
It gets, you're feeling resistance pulling it in as you're, like, as soon as it kind of gets into, like, the fleshy part of it, you immediately feel resistance if you try to pull it out. Like, it's trying to pull it in.
Feed it.
Feed it.
You kind of push the entire cark body in there as this maw just kind of pulls it inside slowly. And then you feel this, after like a minute, you feel this subtle, like, not quite rumbling, but kind of rattling sound below you as this bridge made of a combination of this, like, the same kind of metal material and these veins rises up and gives you passage across this bridge.
Glad, buddy. I'm really glad you didn't put your arm in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
call.
Did it consume?
I would have been the bridge.
It looks like it's gone. You can't see it anymore.
Oh,
That'd have been cool.
yeah.
That would have been even cooler if it wasn't me and it was somebody else. But let's
And
continue.
and the doctor kind of is like staring at it for a second, puzzled, like, it runs off biological material to make mechanical energy happen.
Yeah, get the xenobiology.
So does that mean, sorry, do we need to bring the other body with us just in case we come across another one of these?
Yeah.
Might as
got it.
well.
I would need time to study this.
We don't got it.
No.
We're going to blow this shit to wherever we can find a spot.
Do we have explosives?
I got a grenade.
One singular grenade.
In
Maybe
the
if we-
right spot, it's going to make all the difference.
I mean,
This thing's alive.
if that was the engine and the power source, as we don't know if it is or not, that sphere. If we hit all those buttons, maybe it'll explode.
I'm wondering if that is the engine or if it's like the brain, if this entire thing is biological. Is it the brain? Is it the energy? Like, is it the heart keeping it alive? Like, who knows? We don't have time to figure out, unfortunately.
Still very interesting, but
Let's go across the bridge.
So crossing the bridge, you pass through another like archway into a tall cylindrical chamber. It's a tower going up, kind of almost looks like ribs going up the outside of this tower. And in the middle is some kind of mechanism, mostly made out of metal this time, with not a lot of these veins going through it. That kind of resembles one of the legs off of one of these carcinoids. Just kind of hanging in the middle of this, attached to the ceiling. And below it is a metallic beach ball sized thing sitting on the floor. It's like an orb.
Is it also? Oh, you said it was sitting on the floor, right?
Yep.
It's not levitating.
Nope.
Clay, buddy, I hate to say it, but this is totally your steez. I threw myself at the bugs, so I need you to do the piloting thing, man.
I'm in.
All right, brother. Good luck. You let me know if you need a hand.
While he's doing that, what are the rest of you guys doing? Casing the room? Or...
Yeah.
Can I? Oh,
I'm gonna search around. Search around the room. Obviously, give it a good, thorough look through.
So those of you who are casing the room, I'll get to you in a second. Actually, you know what? We'll start with you.
So Clay is so freaked out, so that he's like boogieing across the room.
Yep. Got this. I got this.
I'm like shining the light.
And I'm up at the beach ball.
Yep.
Got my hands on it.
It as you go to put one of your hands on it,
Mhm.
as you get close to it, the hairs on your arm start to stick up a little bit.
Nope.
Put some rubber gloves on, you'll be fine.
I got a full hazmat suit on.
but you can feel a electrical.
Yeah.
It doesn't, since you have a hazard suit on,
Mhm.
you can kind of like touch it, but you do feel that there's like an electrical, like you can tell there's an electrical field around this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I make like a I guess a piloting check, intellect, to try and surmise what sort of energy source this seems to be?
Sure.
I don't think that's enough. No, not enough, sir.
Probably part of a circuit.
It's electrical. Guys, I got some sort of circuit.
Can I look to see if there's any sort of pillar or like the buttons or anything like that in here?
No, the only other thing that looks like you can mess with is this metal arm coming out of the ceiling. You two, while you're kind of looking around the outside of this room, you see the walls here are, along with like having some of the veins going through them, also have these like calcified tendrils kind of going up and along the walls. You can't tell exactly what they are, but they look also biological, if not like kind of solidified weirdly.
Do they look like they're connected in like the veins were into something?
It looks like they all kind of run up into the middle where that arm comes down from.
So is the arm hanging there? Does it look like it went through like a room above it, quote unquote?
No, it's just kind of hanging. You can't really tell what's above it. It's just kind of like up at the top with like one hinge, and it's just kind of hanging down. Looks like it's connected to something maybe, but...
Sorry, last question.
Go ahead.
Does it look like it was originally, it could have been a cross connecting and completing a circuit, and then one of the pieces fell off, and that's why it's hanging straight down?
No.
Okay.
The arm still looks like...
It's attached however it was supposed to
Yes,
be attached.
it looks like it is
Is
sitting
there a
properly.
mouth around here?
No.
No mouth.
You, while you're looking around, you see along one of the far walls is another one of these beach ball sized metallic orbs, but a little bit smaller.
Clay,
Yeah.
I think I found another one. It's a little bit smaller though. You're good with like mechanics and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but how do I get it? So like I can.
You're the mechanics guy. I don't know. Tell me how to
It looks like
operate
it
the
can
arm.
reach the smaller one, right?
I think
It
so.
also looks like it can reach the one below it.
Yeah, so this is like some sort of like mechanical puzzle or
And
something
like-
like that, right?
Is there any controls for the hand,
Can
or
I
is
like
it?
grab it?
Yeah. It's just made of metal.
Can I like? Does it give?
It you have to kind of like, you have it on you, but you kind of have to spray some like lubricant on the hinges a little bit. It's rusted,
Mm-hmm.
but you are able to eventually get it articulating.
Okay, I'm not touching nothing yet, but
Mm-hmm.
is this a good idea?
I mean, you got a better idea?
I mean, trial and error. It's a scientific way.
What do we get out of this?
Moving forward, hopefully.
Because there's no other exit, Clay. Or at least,
There's no other doors. No, not that you can see.
How are we gonna turn this?
come on, Clay, you got this.
All right, so I'm just gonna move it down on the small one.
The smaller one that's further away, not the one that's directly below it.
Well, is there controls for this thing, or?
No, not that you can see.
All right, well, you got it, brother.
I'm going for the small one.
Okay. So you touch it to the smaller one, and you feel it almost kind of like get guided at the last second, almost kind of magnetically or like with the electrical field or something. And it touches, and then you just, you don't see it because like you don't see a current or anything move, but you do see a small hatch directly to the side of that orb, peel back from the walls.
Good job, Clay.
The tendrils, these like kind of move with it and kind of peel back, and this section of the wall into what looks like a small cavity inside, like some kind of small little like crawl space that you can go into.
Can I shine my light through it?
You kind of peer down through it. You see it's just kind of a small, like, circular room. You see a glowing pool in the center of it and something sitting in the middle of that pool.
Like crab-like? Or like...
No, it looks like an object.
Okay.
I was gonna say doing mundane tasks, or
Yeah. No, it looks like an object.
Yeah, I guess I'll go grab it. Right.
I'm with you.
do you want? I was gonna say, do
Oh,
you
it's
wanna
one at
stay-
a time. It's a crawl space, right?
Yeah, it is a crawl space they have to go through. To
I'm
get
in.
there.
I'm in.
Are you sure?
Yep. Good.
Well, I was gonna say, do you want me to go because you're hurt and you're manning the leg?
I don't have to hold it, right? I'm hands
No, it is.
free.
It kind of
Yeah.
magnetized to the orb a little bit.
Well, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. It hurts when I breathe.
Here's 3 acid vials in case I die in there.
No.
I'm
You
taking
got.
one.
Okay. All right.
So you army crawl in.
With the one in my hand
And
and the
you-
revolver in the other.
you stand up in there. It's probably about like 5.5 feet tall, so you're kind of ducking a little bit. In the middle of this room is a giant glow. Not giant. It's probably about like 4 feet wide puddle of glowing liquid, and in the middle of it looks like. Give me an intellect check. Just raw intellect.
Yeah.
Unless you have military training. You
No,
don't, right?
I got a success.
It almost looks like a flamethrower of some kind in the that just with its construction. It looks like 2 tanks with some kind of nozzle on the end of it. You can't see what's in the tanks or anything. It doesn't look like there's a fire, but construction-wise, it almost looks like a flamethrower. You kind of reach past this glowing puddle. You can't like
Mm-hmm.
it's a little too heavy for you to reach in. You kind of have to
Get it.
you have to grab it, and
Okay.
the puddle's it's like 4 feet wide, so it's a little far for you to.
Oh, okay. All
You
right.
might have to get in there.
I'm gonna take this submachine gun that I have.
Mhm.
I'm gonna like try. Can I like fish it over?
Sure, give me a dexterity check if you have a relevant skill.
Speed?
What?
Speed?
Yeah, speed. That's what I mean.
Yes. 7.
Sure. You know what? I'll say you're able to kind of reach with like the stock of
Yeah,
the submachine
yeah.
gun. You kind of
Like I
reach out.
hook it with like the actual grip.
Yeah. And you're able to kind of pull it over to you and then grab it without touching
Yeah.
this liquid.
I just kind of feed it through the crawl space.
So, looking at it in the light of your flashlights now that it's here, it is a rifle-sized black tube connected with like this kind of fleshy-looking cord to this large sack that can be worn like a backpack. And Doctor, upon looking at there's like a kind of window almost into this into the
See
tank.
something sloshing around in there?
Judging by the way that the like viscosity and the way it's moving, that's hydrofluoric acid
Oh,
inside of this tank.
this is exactly what we need. That is acid, and I'm assuming you can use it as a spray. And this is the exact acidity that we need to destroy their armor.
Nice. Good job, Clay.
Hey, man.
I've used. This is like a flamethrower, right?
Yeah, like an acid flamethrower.
It's almost more like a pressure washer now that you're looking at
yeah.
it.
Huh.
There you go. Because it's liquid coming out. And
Huh.
then
Honestly, that might be even better.
I haven't used much. I haven't ever pressure
dishwasher
washed
in a while.
before.
I will say when you like go to hold it, to fire it, you kind of need to hold it like this. The trigger is at like a weird angle that doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's like a fire hose.
Kinda, yeah. But it looks like this wasn't designed for human hands.
Like Mario Sunshine?
Wait,
Yeah, almost, but like with a trigger and a hose.
why do they have an instrument of their own for their own destruction,
Well,
made for their own?
Harold, this is a question that goes
Listen,
back as far as time goes.
we have things that kill one another. Why wouldn't they?
Right, but like
It's a philosophical question.
I don't know,
really.
man. If they all came here on the spaceship, are you telling me that they're at war with each other? Like, is that what we're trying to get to?
Harold, if I had the answers to why war exists,
That's not
Be
what
a
I'm
rich
asking.
man.
So we're saying like the
Wait, Harold, let me break it down to you in a biological sense.
great.
So,
Hey, doctor, quick question. Do you know if they were ever fighting amongst each other?
We don't have any direct evidence that they are a hive mind. They may have some amount of independent thought. So there is potential need for security services.
think of it this way: what would you? We develop weapons that kill one another because that's what we expect to encounter. Carbon-based life forms like ourselves that we could damage with our own weapons. Their version of that would be, well, whatever we encounter, we'll have to get through their shell first, just like we have to get through our shells, and then we can hurt them. So, in a sense, they're just mimicking their environment.
It's weird to me that all this music shit seems to formulate them almost as if it was a hive mind. That's even, I don't know.
Well, it's more so investigating a loud sound. Think of it like if they're, I don't want to equate
heard
them with dogs, but like say dogs hear a sound somewhere, they're going to investigate that sound.
But we also heard their music, right? Like that's what
I didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking about. So
it sounded like garbage. We heard it, but it sounded awful.
Sounded like beautiful harmonies to you two.
I'm still getting over the fact that an android was capable of being rude. I'm waiting for this conversation to be over so we could talk about Hardwipe and Harold.
Hey.
He was a little rude, wasn't he?
Incredibly
Yeah.
to the doctor.
You have in no way, shape, or form the ability to do that. You might.
I don't.
You might.
No. This is not about me doing this. This is me
I'm
pointing
not
it
saying
out
it'd
to
be
the
easy,
doctor.
but I might be able to
You
do
might be able
it.
to facilitate
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, you have some kind of weapon that you can use against these things. Uses combat.
Hoorah, brother.
Honestly, at least if you spray it down and it dissolves its shell, and then our bullets probably would penetrate it at that point.
And that will give a wider thing than just us dumping a little bit of acid on it. You know what I mean? Like,
For
we'll be able to
sure.
get
For
in
sure.
easier.
Is this a military training? Would that work or no?
Actually, I'd probably say that Jeff's
like a more industrial,
mechanical
training.
industrial
Equipment.
work,
yeah.
industrial equipment would
Well, he-
actually probably.
So he has firearms. So that's probably more cut and dry.
Well, it's not necessarily
it's
a
a
That's,
firearm,
I
right?
guess, obscure.
It's more like-
industrial equipment is kind of more
It's like-
apt,
Yeah.
I guess, for a pressure washer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's closer to a pressure washer.
Actually,
than
I
it
think
a
this is
gun.
more for Clay. This is a pressure washer, guys.
Yeah.
This
And then,
isn't a gun.
you can get in there with the bullets. And
Yeah, this isn't a flamethrower.
I'm Mario.
Clay, is there anything else in that room?
The puddle?
There's a large glowing puddle.
Wait, is that a puddle of the acid?
This is a puddle of the glow, right?
What?
This is like just glow. This isn't the acid, right?
Doesn't look like it. It doesn't smell acidic in there.
I don't
Okay.
know. Doc,
I mean, I'd have to test it.
docs, do either of you have a vial?
Yeah, I mean-
I was very careful not to touch it.
I have a test
I
tube.
do have a
Yeah.
haz suit.
Yeah, why don't we just get a tube of it?
I'm
There,
like,
throw the
I'm like
tube.
wiggling my hand through it, through the
Yeah.
hole, and I grab it.
Underhands it to you, and you go and you dip it in, cork it. Nothing really happens with your
Haz suit.
haz suit.
No
It's a
steam.
little viscous, like a little bit, but
Gross.
not like super.
Ew. Can I come out of this butthole now?
Is there anything else in the butthole?
No.
You
Hey,
sure?
come on out.
Can I look around the butthole to see if there's anything else?
You
in
look
this
around. There's nothing else in here.
He was
There's
about
nothing in the butthole,
He was-
Paige.
Yeah,
Let me
come on.
out.
He was
All right,
about
get
to
out
call
of
it the butthole too, and he didn't. He's like, no, I'm not doing that.
All right, get out of there then.
You're a chemist, right, Doc?
Yes.
This might be more
I mean, I can test it. I can
It
pH test it.
it
for
looks like water.
acidity.
Like viscosity wise, it looks like just water.
If I had a
Maybe
microscope, I could
saline?
break it down more. Possibly, it could be. We could test it on the salt scale. I mean, I can analyze it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Give me an intellect chemistry roll real quick for a quick
Yeah.
and dirty analysis.
Yes, correct. Because I get +10.
Kind of swishing it around a little bit. Despite the fact that it's glowing, it just basically has the properties of like the doctor said, saline.
So it's
Like it's just kind
pretty
of
neutral, other than being maybe highly or higher salt content.
it's like water mixed with some kind of salt.
Mm-hmm.
They needed to keep the flesh bag full of acid from drying up, so it had to go sit in there. Like,
It all makes sense,
sense
to
to
me.
me.
Yeah, honestly,
Sure, why not?
biologically wise, makes sense.
Clay, it's kind of like a power washer, though. You ever have to power wash your ship?
No, plenty of times.
Yeah.
I'm well equipped,
Yeah, you mind carrying that?
but
And
I'm gonna
I'll-
be far back.
Well, I mean, the rest of us got to be behind you if you got
Yeah,
that thing,
yeah.
brother.
I know, but the splash on this is gonna be ridiculous.
You think so? Do you want to test it out somewhere? Just will we
No.
be in a large open area
I'm
that we
scared.
Well, just so you can get a handle
Nah, I mean, hey, he's got it.
for it. Is it a continuous squirt? Like, do you hold it down, or is it like?
Are you gonna try firing it a little bit, or are you gonna-
No.
I think we
Okay.
save that for when we
Okay,
have a
Yeah.
target.
that's fine.
and we do have some extra acid to fill up with if we need
Yeah.
to.
Well, good luck opening this thing up. I mean, we could analyze it. It's more biological than mechanical, but
We'll cross
between
that bridge
me
when
and
we
the
need
doc
to.
here, I'm sure we could probably figure it out.
Yeah. Given enough time, but
Yeah.
once as we said, that is in
Time-
short supply.
Time is of the essence.
Adam, can I schwank that arm from the little sphere over to the big sphere?
Yeah.
Yes,
so
can.
it has a small amount of resistance as you pull it away, but it's like, pulling off a fridge magnet. And then you go and you put it up at this larger sphere, kind of directly below it. And from kind of directly across from where you entered, a larger opening peels open. And you see a long hallway going down into darkness.
I'll be behind you with a flashlight.
I'm ready. And I'm on point with the
The acid
Yeah.
power washer.
that's the noise from the thing,
Yeah, that's the noise it makes. Um,
Adam feels me.
so
I guess I don't need to hand. I distribute the acid that Clay had.
So we each
Yeah.
get one
Or
more.
actually, I guess that's reload. That's ammo for you.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna-
mean,
well-
you guys are gonna have to put it in.
And we also need to figure out how it reloads. We don't know.
Problem for another time.
We'll figure it out.
Here, hold
it
that.
might open.
All right. Here, each of you get an extra vial of acid.
All right, that's fine.
So I'm up to 3, and you guys should be up to 4 now.
Hoo-ah.
I'm up to 3.
How about the 3 also?
Because I gave one away. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we each have 3.
So, you guys head down this dark hallway for a minute or two before it opens up into this gigantic chamber. Larger than the chamber with the crevice that you guys passed. It is immense. Shining your lights around. Well, the first thing you see, even before you start shining your lights around, is a light far off and up above you. Shining your lights around, you see these massive staircases, 3 of them, going up. They're splitting off in front of you and then going up. And at the end of each of those staircases, you see these impossibly large bugs, probably the size of the largest skyscraper you have ever seen in your entire life, and then some. They are
A bug
a bug,
that tall?
an insect of some. It looks insectile. It looks physical. It doesn't look like it's moving, but it could be hard to tell with how large these things are.
Is it stone? Is it a statue or is it?
It's kind of hard to tell with how still they're sitting. It is, but and how far away it is from you right now. But the fact that it's hard to tell, I'm going to need fear saves from everybody.
At disadvantage. Sorry, everybody.
I failed.
Oh, I super succeed. I crushed it.
Is that at disadvantage from your android compatriot?
Still
I
super
succeed.
failed.
Good now. No, don't crush it.
Okay. Who succeeded? You two?
I failed because of
The disadvantage?
yeah.
So you two gain 1 stress for seeing this improbable sight. Those who failed gain, I'll say, D5 stress,
Oh, no.
and then
Oh.
make a panic roll for me, which once again is a D20, and you're trying to roll above your current stress level.
Shit.
Let me know what you roll if you fail.
I want to roll above it.
You want to roll above your current
I
stress level.
panic.
You panic. What did you roll?
A 7.
Right now, you're just scared. It's just, this is
This is not
probably
good
one
for
of the
me.
most horrifying things you've ever seen in your life. You don't particularly have a reaction right now, but you may not be able to sleep well for the next couple days.
This is not a good percentile for me.
There. So what did you go? So roll your D20.
I fail.
What you roll?
I rolled a 3, and I have 17 stress now because I maxed the D5.
So I will say, since you rolled low, you're only a little jumpy right now, which you do gain 1 additional stress for.
Oh, that's just great, Adam.
And all of your allies, as seeing him jump back and scream, gain 2 stress.
You jerk.
I was doing so good until you.
No.
I was also doing good too.
Dude, I got a 1 off that D5. I was living large.
I
No
gotta-
further effects right now. You can write nightmares down on your sheet somewhere.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Um,
Doc, shut the fuck up.
the doctor jumps back and screams and at the sight of these impossibly large.
This doesn't
Things.
make. They can't be that big. It's scientifically impossible.
I don't want to, I don't want to know the science.
But
It's-
what you specifically do see is a light coming from below one of these things up the central staircase.
So
Hey, Harold, before you get into something, can you check the tracker?
You are basically on top of it. It is directly in front of you.
guess we
Is
found
it?
it.
Oh, it's directly straight, not left or right.
Directly straight.
Know what that light is.
Okay, I mean,
Good. You guys, you will be in the center of the pack here. Have fun.
do we check the other ones or no?
My fear is what will start up if we check the other ones.
No, guys. Stop thinking here. Brain off. Grab the robot. Go home.
That's what I
All
was
right,
saying.
let's go. Up the center one.
Brains off.
Yep, I think that's best. And let's not think about how this is impossible to
Shut the fuck up.
have
Shut the fuck up.
giant bugs.
As you run up these, probably they're well over 100 stairs.
I mean, we're gonna probably be walking up it.
Yeah, I don't think that's a run.
Not so much running, but
It's a lot
you
of
know,
stairs.
Going quickly over this, well over 100 stairs, you crest the top of this staircase, and you see a table set up with surgical lights at either end. Surgical equipment kind of strewn out on tables placed around the place.
I'm a surgeon. I'm familiar with it.
And a bald humanoid turned around, typing at a computer frantically.
Harold, do you want to interact with your?
Hold on, Clay. Can you line up a shot on that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got him
So-
trained.
All right, I feel better now.
And then he turns around, says, "What are you doing here?"
What are you doing here?
He turns and immediately fires on you with a pulse rifle.
Whoa!
I need everyone to make me speed checks.
Jesus, this fucking escalated quickly.
Oh, pass.
I pass.
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 Fail. So
That's not good.
he kind of sprays a bit, doesn't really particularly aim with this pulse rifle, and you're able to duck down. You three are able to act before he does again.
Am I able to? How far is he?
Probably about,
Am I able
so
to get
like
up to
I'd
him?
say 4 stairs and then 20 feet. So
So no.
I'd say you'd be a little bit short of him with.
Okay. So I really just wanted to threaten him.
He does not seem to be in a talking mood.
All right. I'm gonna walk.
But-
I'm approaching, and I'm gonna blast him with a shotgun. Then
He, you pop up and sure, give me combat.
Pop up. Put the gun down.
He takes aim at you immediately
All right,
if
well,
you say
shoot
that.
him.
Yeah.
I'm trying because I'm assuming this is our android, so I'm trying to shoot him
He,
at the waist area.
yep, he definitely looks like an android. So give me combat.
That's a success.
All right. So give me damage.
Big oof.
It's 46, right, for shotgun?
40-10.
Oh, 40-10.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Can I have 2d10, please?
You got 'em right here.
Oh, that's why they're there.
Disgusting.
20?
Ow.
You take aim at his lower half and blast it completely off. He falls, he drops the pulse rifle, and shrieks this android scream. Says, "No! I was supposed to be perfect! This is not how this was supposed to go!"
Harold, is it possible you can deactivate him?
Yeah, can I?
He's like, are you walking up to him?
I would walk up outside of arm's reach to kind of like examine.
He's like grasping at you.
I
Are
would-
we out of combat at this point?
I'd say so, probably.
When he grasps at Harold, I'm just going to put the shotgun barrel up to the back of his head. I mean, like, you should stop.
He is not. He seems like he's just kind of clawing at anyone near
Oh.
him right now.
Yes, maybe, but hold on before we do that.
Yeah, you let me know, Harold. I'll
Can-
just pull the trigger.
Can I remote shutdown? Can I get in there and turn it off? Can we bind him in some way?
We can Black Knight him. You know?
I could shoot his arms off.
We could just Black Knight him.
How do we feel about that one? Do we have this guy's this android's name?
Hinton.
Hinton.
Well, the other thing is the memory cores and all be intact because they'd be in his brain, right?
Yep. Hinton, how we could shoot all your arms off.
There's plenty of metaphors if you
Or
don't
we
like the Black Knight.
or we could work together. We're gonna go.
The doc's working with us. You can be
we-
working with us too.
I need to complete the procedure.
Why?
I can control them. I can make them.
Nuh-uh.
I can take control of them. I can be smarter. I'm smarter than these things.
Well, maybe, just maybe, you can do that later.
No, we need to complete the procedure now before they awaken.
All right, listen, asshole. Either we're gonna mind wipe you and you're not gonna be able to do that, or you're gonna do it later. Because we're getting the fuck out of here.
He just
Honestly, I'm kind of the opinion we Black Knight him and pull him out of here.
kind of stops flailing.
Thank you, Hinton. See, we understand one another now.
Logical. Yeah.
Hey, Clay,
Yeah.
you got any like cable or some shit that I could strap this
Probably,
guy
yeah.
up and you can wear him as a backpack?
I'll say yeah.
He's R2D and
So-
3.
Yeah.
That's 3PO. I mean, yeah.
Yep, I'm 3POing him.
Dave.
My
Come
bad. I don't know what I'm thinking.
You're better than
I
that.
am better. Than
All right, well, is there anything else, anything we should do while we're in here, Hinton?
And as you
Anything-
say that,
Anything we should take?
you hear this
Pulse rifle.
noise from in front of and above you. This scraping noise, this cracking noise.
All right, time
this
to run.
Impossibly loud noise as you feel the ground shake
Can I-
as this massive thing begins
Running.
moving.
Can I just grab the computer, rip it, and run?
Sure.
Great. Like, I don't care if anything breaks. We could probably fix it and still get all the shit off of it.
Sure.
I'm grabbing the computer and running.
I have Hinton backpack,
Yeah.
pulse rifle out, and I am running.
I am also running behind the gentleman.
And as you turn behind you, you're running away. You're running down these stairs. As you turn behind you, you see this thing, this impossibly large creature, begin to stand up out of its seat.
Gotta go.
And
That's bad.
you all hear a brutal shriek. I need everyone to make me sanity saves at advantage.
Sanity.
I'll give you advantage for this as you're running away.
Still not good.
Oh my god, I got it.
I got it.
I
That's a
failed.
1.
I got a 2.
Yeah.
You failed, Dave?
Do I need one?
Yep.
So,
Also, thank you for the advantage.
Harold, right, is the character's name?
My name's Larry.
Larry, that's it.
Dr. Lawrence.
Dr. Lawrence, there it is, thank you.
Yeah.
So, the doctor, as you're all running, you get this piercing, splitting headache. As this noise sears into your brain and goes from this horrible, awful, ear-splitting, bleeding cacophony to the most beautiful music you have ever heard in your entire life.
Wait a minute. Where?
Impossibly lovely.
Why are we leaving? We need to hear more of this.
As
It's lovely.
you all are running and you see these bug legs explode out of the doctor's head.
Out of the doc. That was
Out of-
supposed to be me, Adam.
Out of the doctor's head as this carcinid body pulls itself free of his innards.
Nice.
That was supposed to be me.
It was supposed to be me, damn it.
It's all right. It's cool.
Holy fuck.
I'm gonna go mess you guys up now.
I'm fucking running.
As
I'm
you
outta
guys
here,
continue
yeah.
running, one doctor shorter, you make it down to the bottom of these stairs
That's fine.
Sorry, buddy.
It's all right.
and out
It
the
was
door.
fun.
This carcinid is still following behind you. This one's keeping close. Like this one start.
I'm gonna juice him.
If he gets
All right.
too close, he's getting juiced and a plasma rifle.
Combat industrial equipment.
Yeah, give me combat industrial.
I'm gonna
equipment.
blast him
Greatest
with a
roll of all
pistol.
time. Oh yeah. Dead.
So
What's the
give me D100 damage, please.
Ooh.
59.
As you blast away the carcinid that was once your doctor. It just explodes
Yahoo!
in this as this blast of acid sprays through his body.
Poor Dr.
Get the
Lawrence.
hell out of here.
Bum, bum, bum.
You
Never liked that doctor.
He was always too much stressed out anyway. I was at 18.
He was a weirdo.
You make your trails back through the ship the way you came. There are now carcinids running all over the place as as you begin escaping. You are throwing some blasts around as
Well,
they,
he's probably driving. I probably got to get that from him.
as well. I mean, you're still
We
running.
didn't
through
even
the
get
ship.
to
Oh,
that
we didn't get there.
APV.
Inside the ship at this point. There
We
are
didn't get out of
carcinids
the-
running
Oh, no.
all
Oh, no.
over the place.
The
You-
flood had been awakened.
Yeah.
have to-
Oh yeah.
You have to blast a couple
Oh
away.
man, I'm playing the wrong guy.
You blast a couple away as you continue to run through, and you make it back outside of. You make it back to the thruster out the back of the ship, and drop down, or run outside. Now you can see across the It's still pouring rain. You can see floodwaters begin rising over towards one side, and over through the jungle, you see the trees shaking as if thousands or millions of bodies are moving through them all at the
That's-
same time.
Like World War Z type of scariness.
It's time to go.
You guys,
I suggest we keep the APC quiet and not blast that shit, 'cause that's our only way out of here.
you guys make it back. You guys make it about halfway down the mountain from where you guys came when one or two of these carcinids just jump up on you, and I'm just gonna need a combat roll from you to.
Critical success, 11.
I'll say with your critical success, you blast both of them away. With they kind of line up in such a way that you get a collateral with one shot, blasting two of them away. It looks like with all of the fighting you have had to do at this point, you probably are about halfway through the contents of the tank.
Okay.
So,
Doc, does this backpack open? Damn it, he's dead.
Doc's dead. Doc's dead. Keep moving.
as you guys run
the
down
other
the rest
doctor.
of the way down this mountain,
Oh yeah, we do have Edom.
We have Harold.
Well, we have Harold and Edom.
Yeah.
Dr. Edom.
as you guys are running, Edom's kind of like inspecting the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a D100 roll, somebody.
46.
I'll say with that, she's like able to find what is almost a valve at the top of it, but really it just kind of spins the top and it opens, and you're able to pour a few more vials in it. It maybe gets it to like, it gets you another quarter of the tank.
Okay. Oh,
How many
man.
vials did we just put in there? So I'll mark them off on mine so you guys keep yours.
Okay.
I'll say 6 vial. How many vials do you guys have?
I had
Total?
Well, we just
Three,
lost three.
three.
Yeah, you lost 3 from me.
And you
So
have
6.
1.
4.
You have 4.
I'd say 6 would probably get you an extra quarter, and it would be more than you have to fill it all the way.
So let's just do the 6. I'll wipe my 3. You wipe yours. 3.
Put all
Well,
4
why
on
don't we?
mine.
Yeah, why don't we
Okay,
use?
use all
So
4.
10.
You use 2, he uses 4.
Yeah,
and
why
that's
don't-
What's
perfect.
that? Yep,
Yeah.
cool.
And then keep a couple on you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because just in case they're also grenades.
And you guys make it down the rest of the way to the APC, and get it started and begin trudging your way back through this jungle on the path that you kind of already carved.
Clay, give me the power washer.
I am going to need a piloting roll from you. I'll say speed or intellect, whichever you prefer.
Speed. Yeah. Crushed it.
As you're maneuvering through some of these there's some giant puddles that you have to splash through. Luckily, this thing's pretty lifted. It's meant to go through like adverse conditions like this. As you splash through and all back down to the dam that was the research base.
No, keep going.
Or the-
Keep
or
going.
the
Get to the
terraforming
comm
station.
tower.
Get to
And-
the chopper.
Heading over towards the comm towers, you kind of have to cut away from where you landed a little bit, but you are able to make your
We're
way.
just trying to get back to the ship, right? So we can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
we're
it's
not,
just
we're
we
not
need to-
going to the comm tower.
Well, don't we need to calm them to get
Yeah,
a
we have to get a signal.
shuttle?
No, we have our shuttle here, right?
No.
Or is that just got
That
us down here?
Took off.
That shuttle went back up.
Yeah.
Got it. I understand.
No, we need
Sorry,
to let
we need
them know
okay.
to come down and
Mhm.
pick us up.
So heading into the comm tower, it looks like most of the Karks that were here have kind of
Retreated.
joined the swarms that are going on elsewhere.
Are those rando
Oh.
people we sent here still here?
There's you
No
don't
one.
maybe there are some corpses scattered around, but it's hard to tell who's who at this point. But also, you didn't send them to the comm tower; you sent them back to the original base
Yeah.
where you
Oh,
guys
is
set
that
up
not
that
where we're
temporary.
at? Oh, this is
Oh.
their comm tower.
Yeah.
This is closer to where you were, so I assume that this would be.
Yeah.
No,
the,
110%. You're
Yeah.
right. I apologize. I'm sorry. Got confused in my head.
We're going to send the signal and then make it to them.
Yeah.
Try.
Well, we put them back there purposely so that it'd be like that's the best spot to help save them. But
Yeah.
we can only bring so many. Remember? on
Well,
that.
100%.
Well, now you have one
Well, now
more.
we have one more space.
Yeah, there you go.
So, as you make it up the comm tower, you see controls mostly still kind of intact. But the one thing that you do particularly see is a small carcinid larva attached to part of the console. You pour some acid on it, and it just kind of melts in on itself, and then throw it off before the acid eats through anything.
Great. I'll contact the ship.
This shouldn't go through metal, so I'm not worried about
Yeah.
it.
You contact, and the it is not Moss, who you hail out to your ship, and you get response. It's not Moss, your original boss, who is calling you. It is, or no, actually, that ship was automated, so nobody particularly answers, but you are able to get control. You are able to send a signal for your
Ship to come down.
for your ship to come down. Yes.
All right. Now we wait.
So you guys are going to have to make your way back to the landing location, and
No waiting.
the readouts also tell you that, or like the response you get says that the ship is going to need to do an air retrieval. It can't land given the weather circumstances.
It's fine.
So
Let's roll.
it probably takes you about 20 minutes to get back to the area where you guys first landed outside of the base that you guys first explored when you got here. It looks like you can't see anything because of all the cloud cover, but there's no ship here yet. And you guys feel like you may need to hunker down for a few minutes before the...
And now we wait.
Now
Sorry, I
we
said
fortify.
it earlier.
Yeah.
Fortify as best as we can.
So there's some fallen over trees nearby that you kind of make into a little barricade.
Yep.
And
Remember when we saw a bunch of barricades inside that first base and none of them worked?
Let's hopefully slow him down.
I don't
uh,
know why my nerves just kicked up so much.
You shouldn't. Do
as
your
you
name
guys
for it.
are waiting, you hear this swarm off in the distance, this chattering noise that continues. And you see peeling off 2 more of these carcinids peeling up towards you guys.
Wait till you can see the color of their eyes, Clay.
I don't know what color that is.
I am going to need speed tests on this one,
Okay.
as where... Well, I don't know what, but... Pass? Pass.
I failed.
So they're running up to you guys.
Giving them the juice. Yeah, 10.
You're able to make beat on one of them and blast it away.
I think I'm kind of just waiting with a
A
vial
vial?
of acid in my hand if it gets close.
Mhm. So the other
'Cause
one,
it's still a little far away, right?
yeah, it's probably it needs to like run another.
Yeah,
30
I'm
or so
waiting
feet.
until this
Yeah.
thing's like 5 feet in front of me, and then I'm smashing it.
Okay, so it does on its turn run up, and I'll say that you can just throw and smash this against like its chest. It is going to get an attack off onto one of you. Let's say that is Matt. As
Or
you
Harold.
Cool.
or Harold.
I can't save you anymore. I mean, not that I would save you anyway. but, you
That's
know.
gonna hit,
Great.
Armor.
and you are going to take. No, I rolled bad. 7 damage.
Minus
rolled very
2.
bad.
-2 because of the
That was suit.
exosuit.
Yeah.
right?
Yep. And then that exosuit is you need to get that repaired before you can use it
Use
for
it.
armor again. But yes.
All right, we hold it on.
Now it is your turn. After it goes.
Blast him.
I'm gonna take that last. Oh, you
I
hit him
hit
with the
him
acid.
with it,
I'm
yeah.
gonna shoot him with
The
the
chest,
shoot him
yeah.
with a pistol.
Sure.
Just bang. My combat is dog shit. No, I don't.
You go to throw the thing, but then you see that it's already there. Like, oh, okay, and then you just shoot wide.
Guys, I'm bad with weapons. This is not my forte.
Now you two.
Eat him. Can you do anything?
She's not armed.
I'm gonna
Did-
shoot him with my.
Here's a submachine gun.
I'm gonna shoot him with my pistol.
Hey, let's go eat him. How much does an SMG do? 3d10?
2d10.
2d10? She actually, you throw her that SMG and she just kind of takes aim and blasts directly into the section that is wounded. It's not dead, but it
hurt.
It definitely took some shots there.
All right. I'm
Good
shooting him.
job, Ethan.
Wow, that was great.
Dr. E.
I don't know.
That was very impressive.
I don't have a lot of combat training. I have a little bit.
You're figuring it out quick.
You have more than me.
How'd you do, Jeff?
I shot him with a revolver.
Uh,
8 damage.
as you kind of press your revolver in there and just boom, blast it, and it just kind of, it's like mid-swing, seizes up, and then falls backward.
All right. Fucking ship, please.
As
Check our
another
Uber.
minute or two
Check
pass,
our
and you
Uber.
hear,
There's 5 minutes away.
and you hear another minute or two pass, and you hear thrusters going from up above you, and you turn around and you see the ship kind of peeling out below you, and a ladder just spins down, and you're all able to
Go.
you're all able to climb up into this little shitty lander craft and take the very bumpy ride back up through this storm. As you're all bounced, but you finally do have a minute to sit down and contemplate everything that's been going on.
So did the robot want to be a bug?
I don't know.
He's
Hinton.
still there, right? Yeah.
Did you want to be a bug?
I would be better than all of them. I was going to gain control of them.
Yeah, but would you become a crab?
Plan was to
Process.
merge my body with one of the leaders of the carcinoids.
So yes.
I suppose so.
You wanted to be a super bug.
I want to start downloading everything off these hard drives, off this computer I ripped out when we were running.
You're going to need some more
Time and
since you
resources.
just kind of ripped the whole bitch out. You kind of need to get it working again. To
Now, Hinton, we're gonna report everything back to the corporation, and maybe, just maybe, one day, you will be able to become the leader of the bug crab thing.
as he's just kind of pouting almost. Like,
Yeah.
And I
That's-
put him down next
unless
to
as
me.
an android can. It takes about 15 minutes for you guys to fly back up to the ship. And it docks into the bottom part, and the ladder falls down that you climb up.
Poor Doc Larry.
Inside
R.I.P.
is quiet, and most of the lights are off.
Fuck me.
Uh-oh.
Bugs. It's bugs.
Yeah, get the backpack on, Clay.
Let's
Let's just-
As you go towards the front of the ship, which is where that Moss would normally hang out if he was around here.
Why is the lights flickering?
You
I'm dead.
press the door and it slides open, and you see Moss pulling apart
I'll blast
pieces
him.
of paper.
Blast him.
Ah, man.
Just blast him.
A blast.
Give me
Straight
combat.
blast. Just
Not even
You're
trying.
not even waiting to see. You're just
God, I'm
blasting.
27.
Give me D100.
Wait. It'd be funnier if
He rolls
nothing.
like a 2.
20.
That is enough as you blast through him, and you see this green goo
Ooh.
blast out onto the front viewfinder.
Motherfucker.
Well, I guess I'm driving home.
And as you look through the front viewfinder, you can't help but notice something. A ship leaving atmosphere.
Uh-oh.
A small one, not the mothership that you guys were
Oh,
down
okay.
in,
That's what I was.
but it's too far from a distance, but it's not giving any energy readings that you recognize.
It
on
doesn't
that.
have guns on it, right?
It has some cursory, it does have some cursory guns on it, like some,
gonna blow up-
basic self-defense weapons and
It's gonna blow up
such.
an asteroid or something.
It's not
That's
gonna
funny.
blow up that from as far away as it is, right?
No, but it looks like it's heading in your direction.
Fuck me. All right, well, I'm getting on the guns.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like, picture what the Millennium Falcon has, like a kind of,
A one.
like a
singular.
one-person bubble turret
Yeah,
thing.
I'm sitting in it.
Can I prep the ship for getting out of here?
Yes, you can absolutely.
Well, I guess this
I
is
take-
actually your thing.
Yeah, I take the wheel.
Yeah. Do you have
Piloting, yeah.
yeah, give me piloting to set the jump charts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but cool. As this thing approaches, you see It is some kind of ship, unlike anything that you guys have ever seen before. It's kind of a similar cigar shape to the thing that was in the. Just gonna start shooting.
Pew, pew, pew,
All right.
pew,
That's
pew,
when I
pew,
started
pew, pew.
blasting. Bam!
Give me
bam,
combat, fire or military training on this one, I guess.
6.
Uh,
Success.
and then give me D10 damage, I suppose. D10 mega damage because this is
7
ship,
mega
ship
damage.
to ship
bam.
combat.
Ship to ship combat.
And you kind of it pings off the outside of it, and it like looks like it slices in and does some damage. It fires a couple pot shots at you that mostly miss, and then turns to fly past you.
Okay.
He's trying to get to the ship before we do. Or
It looks like it's trying to leave.
These are
This is
the Carson is trying to leave.
more than likely, but it does look like as it's flying around, you get that one ping off, and then it kind of drops weirdly out of the sky in a way that most spaceships can't, and then it goes below you when it begins flying away.
Let me fuck him. If I can get another shot, I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
I'll say you're able to
I'll
line
gi-
up one more shot.
If I'm in the pilot seat, I'll give chase.
Nah, don't give chase. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
They're trying to get out of here too. That's on the way.
That is a success.
What you roll?
I rolled a 45 on my 62.
So it goes to like take another weird bank, but you seeing it do it the first time, you kind of calculate it well, and you're able to get another shot off of it, hitting the hull again. But it looks like this thing is like pretty well armored for how small it is.
Yeah.
And it kind of peels off into space.
Come on, you bastards.
Looks like it has something more important to do than fight you.
You bastards.
Who knows where that's going?
Not anywhere good, if I had to guess.
there's so many things that we've unleashed in this universe over the gameplays that we've done that are horrible.
And you guys are able to plug your destination, the corporate drop-off point that you were given ahead of time, into the commands for this ship, and take the forward week journey to get to the corporate headquarters or the corporate location that you were told to drop the mission off at.
I don't suppose Edam's also a medical doctor and can help my wounds.
4
4 weeks is a long time.
I'd be useful now.
Edam is unfortunately not a medical doc, not directly
I'm gonna
medical.
have a rib healed in the wrong spot.
She can try to do some first aid and try to make
Oh,
sure that it
no.
doesn't get fucked, but
I'm gonna be so fucked when I get back.
You go into stasis.
she's not a medical. She does
Ow,
not.
ow, 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 ow.
You're like, no, that's not right. That's not right. Whatever you're doing, it's wrong.
Is there a stasis pod?
Yeah, because we came
Yeah,
here.
yes, there are cryopods.
I'll be
that-
in stasis if you need me.
That's fair.
At least you won't get any worse. You're just going to get frozen right in
Yeah.
your,
You hop in the cryopod, and you kind of drift off to sleep.
I'm done.
A few weeks later,
few weeks later.
you all have mostly healed your wounds and kind of, other than your serious ones, and you're peeling out of jump in front of this large, like, space station, with the logo for the corporation blazoned over top of it. And you hail inside, and an automated voice replies, "Corporation vessel, please feel free to dock in Bay 5. Give me a piloting check. I'll give you advantage.
We got it. We got it.
All right. You pull into this docking bay and land pretty cleanly. Very routine dock. These corporo places.
It's just like, you know.
Yep, just turning all your stuff off.
Yep.
And you descend, or you open the back bay doors and descend down, and immediately right there is 2 corporate guards holding rifles and a man in like a corporate business suit. And the man goes, "Hello, where is your superior officer?"
Hi, Clay Marcus, contractor. Yeah, the original doctor that was sent,
He's a crab.
he's
He's a dead crab.
dead.
We're going to need to get you all debriefed.
I need a doctor bad.
And get you some medical attention.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, mission otherwise resounding success.
As Dr. Edom kind of walks down and says, "Yes, tell the chief scientists that I would like to speak with them immediately. We have things that we need to discuss." And the guy in the suit goes, "Very good, Dr. Edom. Pleasure. I'm glad that our business ventures have been so fruitful." And Dr. Edom kind of shakes her head a little bit and looks over at you guys and says, "Well, thank you, I suppose. You got me out of there.
Yep.
That place, I don't know if the company will go back there ever, but
I mean, something escaped,
something certainly did."
so who knows?
Oh, don't forget the android too.
We have a lot of debriefing to do.
Indeed. Indeed. It was nice meeting you, Edom.
Nice meeting the rest of you as well.
Maybe a little nicer to your jarheads.
Thanks. I'll take that advice. And she kind of walks away, and you guys are debriefed.
All right, hey,
And-
suit man. So, all right, let's get down to brass tacks and let's talk money here.
Yes. What's going on?
My man's right here, Harry, whatever you want to call him. He's got that good.
All right.
And by that good, I mean like, you may not need to eat him no more. So if there's a bonus that you can cook up, I just want to say that Clay, excellent, absolute perfection. And myself, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was here to protect everybody, and unfortunately, Doc Larry there's nothing I could do about that. So if you could find it in your heart to get a couple extra credits sent our way, it would be greatly appreciated.
I will definitely be providing you with the standard half salary that you have already been agreed to. But in addition, your medical fees will not be charged to your salary.
Well, that's good deal.
Yeah, I feel like you made out better that way.
right.
That's great. Thanks.
Dr. Edom is still a prime asset for us, and we do plan on continuing to work with her into the future.
Well, I just wanted to let you know.
As for bonuses, you guys did seem to go above and beyond for your work a little bit in at least the damage that I've seen to your bodies, so I will throw a little bit extra your way just for hazard pay, as they say.
Do you care about lost security?
We can collect their dog tags and make sure they're sent out to the families. It's at least the company can do.
Well, unfortunately, I only have Corporal Kadir's left on me. The rest of them I gave to the people who are probably dead on that base down there.
Unfortunate. Well, I'll make sure that this gets to his family.
Thanks, pal. Thanks.
Well, you all will get paid. My 2 good friends here will get you down to the medical bay, and the rest of us, you'll go through a tense debriefing session.
Thanks.
Anything I haven't done before.
I probably need to do that as well at some
You
point.
will, but first we got to make sure you're not dying, friend.
Great.
Oh, whatever happened with once destroying that larva, did that stop them from turning into crabs? Because remember there was a timer on them.
We just told them about it. There's no way
They-
for them to know.
I was in cryo.
Yeah, he was in cryo.
We just got here. We just told them about it.
But that was 4 weeks ago.
That was 4 weeks ago, but
And the end is Clay just.
He was resistant up to that point, and then suddenly he turned into a crab. That'd be great.
Clay, I will say,
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
despite the fact that you haven't become a crab yet up until this point, those scars aren't gone,
Uh-huh.
and you can still hear sounds out into the distance.
Mm.
You can hear calling from possibly galaxies away,
It's calling your name. Clay, join us.
calling for you, and perhaps maybe your interaction with those higher beings has improved your immunity or something, but it feels like this may never leave you. But you haven't turned into a crab yet.
Yeah.
Great. That constant fear of always turning into a crab for the rest of your life.
And with that, you all get debriefed and get 4,000 credits apiece, in addition to the 3,400 that you got on coming into the ship, or on coming into the mission. So total of 7,400 credits. Relative peanuts for what you guys have been through.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I don't even think you could fuel up for that if you had to fuel up.
No.
You guys are also now trapped on a. You guys also need to figure out a ride off of this corporate station.
I'm sure people are coming and going at some point. You could probably,
And-
yeah.
With that, thank you all. This is the end of another bug hunt.
Yeah.
What a fun time.
What a
stuff.
good time.
Poor Dr. Larry.
Poor
R.I.P.
Dr. Larry.
R.I.P. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at Beer and Pretzels Gaming. That was Mothership. Join us next time. We'll see what happens with the crew. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.